As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys. Sports talk and beyond. Cowboys, no leaders. Show me your leader. Tone deaf, plus more. More and more. More and more. Must change, baby. You got some change for you. Because that's the name of the game. Stand tall or not at all. The message is slipping away. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a losing effort party? To the window and to the wall. Come on. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All right. All right. Come on. Five, four, three, two, and one. Come on. Shout out to you, Def K, on the Kick app. Baby, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for jumping in. All right. Leadership starts from the top down to the bottom. Got to take command, right? We playing against the Commanders this weekend. But leadership starts from the top. I agree. As above, so below. The fish rots from the head down, right? Yeah. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity, though. It is like precious oil poured upon thy head that went down to the beard, even down to the hems of his garment. Yeah. Come on. We need some unity, baby. They say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. It was a behold, how good. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. For brethren to dwell together. A lot of things goes on in this world, and we look at it, and we looking at the results. Is what we're looking for. Results are what they're looking for. And unfortunately, you can have your reasons. Yeah, you can have your reason, but results are what we're looking for. Can somebody put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight? And good morning to you all. I love y'all. If you didn't hear those words from anyone else, you heard it from me. I love all of you all that's here watching. Sometimes we look at things and we'll say, well, such and such was able to do it, right? It just wasn't exposed during that time, you know. X, Y, and Z people was doing it, right? And 2 wrongs don't make a right. Right? 2 wrongs don't make a right. I get it. You know, we used to have the White House back in the days. Yep. I get what Shay Sharp is saying to a degree. But he had the results. He got rings that you can put on the table from 2 different organizations. He's a Hall of Famer. He got a gold jacket. And sometimes people will like to have those things, but they don't want to go through the processing. They don't want to go through the hardship. Now, granted, the Cowboys, man, when you're losing, it's crazy when we losing. Because it seems as if though the world stopped, right? It seems as if though everything that you thought about just come to a screeching, just stop. Boom. Can't go no further. But the reality of it is Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, who else? Dak Prescott, D-Law. If someone was an alien and they said they conquered the world and said for the Cowboys, take me to your leader. Who they going to take him to? Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Dak, D-Law, Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. Identifiable, who will be the leader, right? And the leader's supposed to be able to set the tone, send the message, and let people know that at the end of the day,
Spartans, prepare for glory.
But let me go to the conversation at hand. That's why y'all here, right? You know, like, Lord, I don't want to hear you. I want to hear what Shay Sharp had to say. You know, let's hear about Hayden Shay. Yeah, Hayden Shay. I want to hear about him. You know, let me see if I get that queued up. Okay, you know.
That's why y'all Cowboys suck. Because two of your best players, this is what they're doing. That shows you how much the game of football means to them. That's it. Told me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
All I got to do. I see better than I hear. Now, I heard what CD said. Trayvon doesn't do a whole lot of talking. I hear what Michael said, but my grand.
That's what I left out. CD Lamb. I knew it was somebody. C. Dangerous Lamb. Yeah, Raymond. Appreciate you. CD Lamb, Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, Rain Dakota Prescott. Before we get started, hit that like, share this content. On top of that, let me know, put the number of the player that you think is the leader. I get it. Jerry Jones and Son, or Jerry Jones and Neum and Mike McCarthy, I get all of that. You know, but who is the leader on this team? Come on with it.
Grandpa used to always tell my brother now, he said, I see better than I hear. I heard what I heard what y'all told me.
I heard.
I know I see that trash still in the corner when I told y'all to take it out.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about winning.
Yeah.
Do you take the steps in order to win?
Yeah.
How is partying? You got your ass kicked. I would have left the stadium with a bag over my head. Ain't no way y'all see me leave the stadium. After I got beat like that, after I got beat like that every game, 47-9, 37-10,
right.
48-32, a yada and a partridge in a pear tree.
God, dog.
I got beans and
Baloney. Hey, he telling the truth, man. It's the optics. It's the optics, man. Don't y'all know we getting our doors blown off like no other? You know, the 1960 Cowboys didn't start off this bad as it relates to us getting blown out. Some of y'all can handle some. Some of y'all can handle some losses, right? But not like this, ladies and gentlemen. Not getting blown out. You know, that's the only thing that really crawls up our, you know what, is that the fact that the Cowboys at the crib, we are getting blown out and losing. It's okay to lose here and there. You learn more from your losses than your success or your wins or what have you. But in actuality, we getting blown out, man. Look, I can't deal with this. I can't take this no more. You know, somebody got to be like, hey, team meeting, this is what we going to change. We don't got that here. Shay is spitting. Shay is spitting. And we don't have the people to say, do as I do. You know what I'm saying? No, do as I say, don't do as I do, basically. Old folks say that all the time. But I can see you more than I can hear you. Come on with it, let's rewind.
I would have left the stadium with a bag over my head. Ain't no way y'all see me leave the stadium. After I got beat like that, after I've gotten beat like that every game, 47-9, 37-10, 48-32, a yada and a partridge in a pear tree, and you do this, it's disrespectful. Yeah. It is disrespectful to the fans that pay their hard-earned money. But you know what? It couldn't happen to a better franchise because all they want to do is run his mouth and talk about what they're going to do. And this team, I've been around Super Bowl teams and this and that. And all they players do, because they take it from the top, they run their mouth and they ain't one dog crap.
Woo! Here's what I'm saying right here. A lot of people rebuttal to this is, God forbid these players don't have a good time or a life outside of football. God forbid these boys having a good time. Well, excuse me. How many weeks are there in a year? Can somebody put that in the chat? Come on, brilliant people, put down that in the chat. How many weeks are there in a year? How many weeks? Can somebody put that number down? Can somebody put that number down for your boy? Law Nation need to know how many weeks are there in a year. 52 weeks, Steve-O. Appreciate you. 52 weeks, Joe. Big Sarge says 52 weeks. Damn it, if we are all on the same page, we are saying to everybody right now, we want to sacrifice 17 weeks to be locked in, to be focused on winning the effing football games. Before the game, after the game. So if you want to do an interview, if you want to do a music video, you can do it outside of the parameters of the 17 weeks. That's all I'm saying. And we don't have a single person, a single coach, or a single owner to tell these boys, hey, lock in for 17 weeks. That's all I'm asking. For 17 weeks, I need for you to be locked in. All of the other weeks, you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. You can meet with Lil Wayne. You can bring Tupac and Biggie out of the grave. You can do all what you want. You can podcast and beyond. But for 17 weeks, I need a commitment from you. I need commitment from you. Blood, sweat, and tears. Let's leave it all on the line. Let's see what we can do if we stay focused, baby. Win, lose, or draw, we focus in on this for 17 weeks. All of the other weeks, you can do whatever you want. How come people don't understand that? Lord forbid, these 100 millionaires can't have a life. Bro, with great power comes great responsibilities. Right? If Spider-Man is with his Swedes and getting topped off somewhere, hey, and somebody robbing the bank, hey, he got to stop what he's doing.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Batman is a single man for a reason. Batman controlling Gotham. Man, other people try to do other things. Batman got to put on a whole suit, cake, and put on a belt to go fly to save some folks, right? With great power comes great responsibility. But let's go.
None of them.
No, dog shit. You can say
Not
it.
one.
It's okay.
And
Hey,
they talk about they know what it takes. You don't know what it takes to win because none of you guys have won. It is disgusting. It's disappointing that these two of your best players, this is what they think. See, it just goes to show you. See, everybody tells you what they think you want to hear.
Yeah.
But I see what I need to know. And it tells me everything I need to know. You can't convince me these guys care about winning because this is not what you do when you want to win. So what's in the club that's going to help you get better? Take your ass home and start the recovery process. This is why I couldn't play in today's time. Because guys, I don't care what they say. Guys, a lot don't care about winning. They like the bag. Yeah. They like what comes along with being an NFL player. You're going to get the baddest women. You're going to get to go to the clubs. You get to move to the front of the line. You get to go all these places. Lying. But everything, our brand, my brand. The Cowboys is the brand. Ain't one player on that team got a damn brand. Because you ain't won nothing. Because you don't care.
He meant to say a ring right there, but he's talking passionately. And I get it, exactly. I mean, the optics of it, man. That's all we're saying, the optics. R. Kelly can't get out of jail and say, hey, I'm opening up an all-girls daycare center. Legally I can, People going to be like, hey, the optics. Just not good. It's tone deaf. It's wrong timing, But even if he's a free man, and when he get out of jail, he can't open up an all-girls daycare center. He can't. But there's somebody that's going to defend him like, hey, he served his time. He served his time. It's like literally P. Diddy getting out of jail, and he's saying, look, I'm finna throw a free-for-all. It's finna be a P. Diddy party again. Come on. And the optics. Don't y'all get with what I'm saying or what he is saying technically? And yes, everybody throw parties. But P. Diddy can't never throw another party. And everybody's sitting like, hey, you going? You know. It's the optics of it. Granted, the fish rots from their head down. Jerry Jones do have a lot to say in this. Stephen Jones, an enabler, have a lot to do with this. But the optics got to change, man. If you think I'm lying, I encourage you to wear Cowboys gear, merch, a hat, no matter where you went, and you walk outside. People will literally laugh at you. People will really ridicule you, sully you, mock you. Because of how this team looks. There's other teams with worse records. But they see who the Cowboys are. They know what the Cowboys are doing. It's a shame. And I'm wearing and supporting this star before Jerry Jones bought the team. I be for damn sure not going to take it off because how he's representing this team.
Care about winning. You ain't got no leadership. That's your number one problem. Who's the leader?
Who's the leader?
I'll wait for you to tell me. Who's the leader? Is it Dak? Is it Micah? Is it Diggs? Is it CD? Who is the leader of that team, Ocho?
Who is it?
Quarterback.
You lying to me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's what you get. They ain't got no leaders, Ocho. That is the problem that the Cowboys have. They're devoid of leaders. They're devoid of leadership from top to bottom. The owner isn't a leader. He thinks because he's worth $16 billion. He thinks because he has a TV show. He's the only owner, the only GM that really has a TV show. He thinks that makes him a leader.
Come on with it.
Little does he know they don't pay him no attention. Mike McCarthy's not a leader because they know he's been emasculated from the day he arrived. He has no, all he is a coach entitled. He has no powers.
No powers.
He's Batman without his belt. What the F could Batman do without that belt?
No, Batman can still whoop some ass without that belt now. He's Tony Starks without the with the suit. You know, now Tony can't do nothing without that suit now. But I get the analogy. Coaches that come to the Cowboys, they do get clipped. There's leaked audio that my guy Eric he had it on Twitter, and it was already confirmed many of years ago that the only reason why Jerry Jones brought in an alpha male coach out of Bill Parcells is to get that stadium built, right? So you ultimately got to get a coach in here that don't give a F, you know? You got to find that coach somehow that's want to win, and all he want to do is win, and he hates losing more than he love winning. You got to find a coach that knows that have a mindset that he wants to reclaim the greatness of the Dallas Cowboys. He himself want to get the Cowboys in its glory, in its glow again. And he got to lie to kick it just a little bit, but not like Mike McCarthy did. Like, yeah, I watched all of the NFL games and all of these sorts of things. No. You need to have somebody that can trick Jerry Jones into signing them, and then he flipped the switch on them, right?
Come on, preacher.
He's Superman with kryptonite. Nothing.
Yeah.
Boy, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You couldn't do this on your off day. I'd have been pissed off if you did it on Tuesday. but at least you got to look like, hey, it's my off day. You lost the game, and you took your no good for nothing asses out and shot a video?
Oh my gosh, man. With 100% evidence that not all of these players are in tune to the ideology of this. Not all of them are. Not all of the people agree with the podcasting. Not all of them. The problem is that you can't have a voice when you are not the star. If you're on the practice squad or you barely making the team, you got to adhere to what the stars are doing. That's the problem. You got to adhere to what the stars, and trust and believe. I would rather have Trayvon Diggs here opposed to somewhere else. I would rather have Micah Parsons here opposed to someone else. Or I'd rather have CD here opposed to someone else. Who gonna tell? Ain't that right, Dank 9,000? Who's gonna tell CD, hey dog, I think you should come back over here and help us out with the tape? Yeah. Nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna do that. You know what I mean? So those are things that you got to. All
participants are muted.
Those are things that you got to adhere to. Who's gonna tell these boys? Hey Parsons, man. Hey, man, we losing, man. Come on, you killing me, man. Hey, you know I'm just trying to say, you know, I like what you're doing, but can you do it outside of these 17 weeks? You know, who's gonna tell them that? Who? Who's gonna tell any of these people what to do when they are the stars? Right? Everybody should have a voice. I get it, you know. Yeah, so the thing is, it's the optics. When you're talking about those things, it may not have any impact at all to their skill set, to their ability, but it's the optics of it, you know. And those are the things that you have to adhere to when you are a team with one goal, one sound, and one mission at hand: to win the Super Bowl, or to win it all, or to win every game, to destroy the opposition, to take the opposition head off, to make sure that when you knock someone on that ground, I'm not helping you up. I'm putting more dirt on you. I'm staying on I'm leaving my body weight on you a little bit longer. So that after the game, you like, man, them boys hitting over there, man, them boys nasty, dirty, dog nasty over there. Yeah, you don't, no Diddy videos, you know. So those are the things, man. It pains us to go through this day in and day out, and we had to adhere to these things, right? So my thing is here, ladies and gentlemen, just like anything, in the words of Mike McCarthy, this is what great teams do. They leaving no stones unturned. Sources: free agent offensive tackle DJ Humphries is signing with the Chiefs. Humphries is a proven, versatile starter who can help the Kansas City Chiefs down the stretch. With no big news, no big press conference about it. The team is not below 500. They lost the game. Oh, we need to make sure that we solidify our offensive line. This is getting in front of the excuses, right? Excuses will be everywhere on the table for you. The only way you can get in front of the excuses if you get in front of the action. There's 3 types of people on this planet. A person that watch things happen, a person that goes and make things happen, and a person that say, what the hell just happened? If you look into your life, you will fall under those 3 categories. Either you watching, or you're making, or you figuring out things like, damn, what just happened? How did I get here? Yeah, why I'm still eating beans and bologna? Those are the 3 categories. Either you're going to work to make your dreams come true, or you're going to be working to make someone else's dream come true. That's just the reality of it. There's no ifs, ands, and anything else about it. See what the Chiefs are doing? Look, let's go out here and make it happen. We don't want other guys to get hurt, and then all of a sudden we say, what just happened to our offensive line? Oh, why we got to elevate one of our rookies? No, they going out there and making it happen. Will it work? No, we don't know. But the ideology, the chances are of it working is more than likely than it's not working, or pulling somebody from the Canadian League or the UFSL. Or UFFSL, however you say it, you know. Go make it happen.
Making a start the remainder of the season. He will be a free agent, as you know. When you look back on that, do you feel like you'd get the return on that investment when you made the decision to trade for him?
Yeah, we feel we'd do that again. I mean, he's a top tier pick, a guy we had at the top. And, you know, as you know, Dak was coming up for contract. And, you know, we wanted to take a look at a good young talent and didn't feel like we could get anything, you know, from a quality standpoint like we could get with Trey. And
listening to Stephen Jones is like watching a cat get a bath. You know, it's crazy how he said he would do the Trey Lance thing all over again. Bro, we're paying we are not, but the Cowboys are $5.5 million. 5.5 for him to hold the clipboard.
And, you know, as it turns out, we ended up signing Dak long term. And so, you know, obviously that, you know, puts a little less need in terms of, you know, having to rush to, you know, do something with Trey. And matter of fact, makes it hard because of, you know, Trey, I'm sure, is wanting to see what's out there now that we have committed to Dak long term. But I don't regret that at all. That was a situation where you don't know for sure. I mean, Dak obviously controlled his destiny. If he wanted to, he could have decided not to sign and sign somewhere else. And we wanted options. And certainly we just didn't feel like we could get an option, the quality of Trey, in the 4th round to have in the building competing for that job if for some reason Dak wasn't going to be a Cowboy long.
So to all of the folks who said, nah, Law, the Cowboys ultimately believe in Dak Prescott. Nope. They had more faith in Trey Lance. Them brothers in that front office, Jerry and them, if you listen to it properly, they had more faith in Trey Lance. But what happened is that faith that they had is like a sheet of paper stopping a bullet, and you using that as your bulletproof vest. You know, that's the type of craziness that happened. And all I said to those, and I wish Clarence was just right here and just listen to me, that the Cowboys had really no actual plans to keep Dak Prescott. But it was predicated upon how Trey Lance played. And that brother, shout out to Trick or Trey, we hope all is well with him. But he played like dog water in those preseason games. And they were sitting there like, jeez. Well, let's just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off and pay Dak because That doggone Trey, he ain't him. We $5.5 million in the hole because of it. Yeah, that sealed his fate. Yeah, 5 interceptions in the preseason game. Yeah, it sealed his fate right there. So that's the finite problem. And to say that you can do that, how much did Sam Darnold sign for the Vikings, ladies and gentlemen? How much? I guarantee you, my guy Jameson Winston not getting paid 5.5. How much Jameson is getting paid over there? Somebody help a brother out over there, because at the end of the day, Dallas Cowboys, these are the kinds of calibers of decisions that these boys are making, and we are suffering because of the front office, suffering because of how they move and how they operate. Let me see if I can pull up Jameson and them, because you could have got them boys for some Cheetos, man. You got them boys for some Cheetos and some Annihilators, But let's see. Let me see Sam Darnold first. I'm going to pull up Sam Darnold first. And Sam Darnold. And I know it's kind of like putting toothpaste back in the tube right now. It's difficult. You can do it, but it's difficult. Trigger interception trade. Yeah. So the Cowboys themselves shoot themselves in the foot with the way they handle these type of things in any normal situation. These guys would be fired. These 1.2 million. Appreciate you. Ooh, boy, don't spoil me with these numbers, Jamie. Oh my God. Let me see. Sam Darnold. Oh, it's an R in his name. It's Darnold. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up his contract so we can all see it at the same time. Bear with me, Yeah. All right. No. They gave him some money. They gave Sam Darnold some money. He signed a 1-year, $10 million contract. Yeah. They gave him money. They gave him some money. That's good money right there. Yeah, that's good money. Yeah, that ain't a good one right there. But that's $5 million more. Okay, let me pull up Jameson, and then it's broken down to like a 6. Out of that 10 million, 6 of it guaranteed. So you can play some gymnastics with the numbers there, But the trade got a 5.5. All of it is guaranteed, So hold on. Let me pull up Jameson contract right quick, and we will see from there. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull this up. Hold on. We're about to pull it up. Here we go. I didn't know there was a $1.7 million. Yeah, we could have had Jameson for 1.7. Yeah, 1.7. That ain't bad, But that's toothpaste back into a tube, though, right? But neither here nor there. These boys, this is how they think, idiotically. All right, so this is my guy, Eric. Now, this is older, and this is not AI. This was done before AI was able to manipulate the sound and do all that crazy stuff. But let's listen to it.
Mo was a miracle.
It was a miracle, wasn't it?
He almost never got in, and he almost got. Tebow would never hit the field.
What if you were the Jaguars owner? Would you just draft him to sell fucking jerseys?
That's the only reason I brought in Bill Parcells. Sell him to any fucking race. That's what it is, not right. Shit.
All right, so
I love it.
Yeah.
So you can't really hear it, but he said the only effing reason he brought in Bill Parcells to get that stadium. The conversation was of a leaked audio of Jerry Jones, and this was already reported years back, but it was a leaked audio of Jerry Jones talking about Tim Tebow and why he would never be a quarterback for the Cowboys, and the only reason that they would entertain that is for a public signing. That would be the only reason. And then to give the backstory, he said that the only reason why he signed Bill Parcells is to get that stadium there. So my thing, and shout out to Tim Tebow, so shout out to him, man. Whatever he may be doing in his life, salute to him. Cowboy Nation, appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to this. The Cowboys, when we look at everything and we talk about those small things, the Cowboys themselves be falling into these traps, but let's talk about the possible top coaching candidates that's been released from USA Today. But before we go into those top opening coaches candidates there, I want to say this. Salute to our sponsors of this day, of this episode, is Underdogs, where you can go and use pick'em selections. And it's very easy for those who don't know. Last Thursday, we came out on top with our selections here. They have, just for me to go over this, is higher or lower with these things, with these numbers. So, for example, we're going to play the quick one right quick. Anthony Richardson for 205 yards, I'm going to go lower, right? For Jared Goff, I'm going to go higher. And then you can just pick these type of things. You put in the coins right here. We can go with $12, and then that will give you 35, 39, 95, 39, 50, 59. Can't talk today. And then, boom, you click that in, and boom, your selection is just like that. You can do the same when you use Underdog, just like the Cowboys. We the underdogs. We the underdogs over here. So let me share this with y'all, man. Hopefully you guys can follow along and share and use the same selections that I use, and it's just easy. Just by making those two selections, turning $12 into possibly $40. Come on with it. Cowboy Nation and everyone. Danny Dimes. Appreciate you, Sean D. Look, here's the thought track of Daniel Jones. His contract now has been pretty much voided. So if a team wants to pick him up, they can literally sign Daniel Jones for $375,000 because he fits the mold of a veteran signing. So believe it or not, the Cowboys can absolutely pick him up and take a shot at that. We keep in mind, we are sitting on $24 to $27 million. $24 to $27 million. So that would be crazy to pick up a Daniel Jones and have that circus. You might as well bring in more clowns, right? You might as well. Vet minimum, yep. All right, so these are who could replace Mike McCarthy in the top Cowboys coaching candidate in 2025. So for the first person that comes up, and shout out to them, they got all of their marketing stuff over here, ads going around. But Cliff Kingsbury, he's a guy. Shout out to you, Jameson. Jessica, appreciate you. Danny the trash. hey, Cliff Kingsbury, he's a guy, y'all, that the Cowboys can get. He's the offensive coordinator. He was a former head coach or what have you. Who's in favor of Cliff? Put Cliff in the chat if you want Cliff Kingsbury here. And this could be a situation. You know what I would love, though? You know what I would love? Y'all don't. You know what I would love, though? I would love. Let me pull up the comments here. I would absolutely love for the Cowboys to win the Washington team, go to the playoff if they go to the playoffs. For that first week, or if they have that week or off week or bye week, the Dallas Cowboys breaking news is bringing in Cliff Kingsbury to interview for the job. Yeah, hit it back right on them, you know. Yeah. You in the playoffs, and all of a sudden, your coach, your offensive coordinator get called up for an interview. They're going to throw his whole week off. He going to be like, I don't know, do I prepare for whoever we play in the playoffs, or do I prepare for this interview? Man, this is a chance to be a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You know for sure Dan Quinn going to be like, man, come on, man. I need for you to be focused in. But nah, it's Jerry on the phone. Yeah, I wonder how that will work now. To all of those teams, yeah. And I want to see how they be scrambling and scraping like, hey, we supposed to be focused in on football. No. Because, we're throwing them off. Yeah, that's exactly what we going to do. Yeah, call Cliff when the Washington team go to the playoff, if they do make it, because we've seen teams start off 7-1 and still barely make it to the playoffs or what have you. But neither here nor there. Yeah, just call him in. First week of the playoffs, he get that news. Let's go with this, baby. So y'all know I'm being messy, but the other team will be Joe Brady. Joe Brady as a person of interest. It would be the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Brady built a more diverse offense around his star-studded quarterback, Joshua Allen. They're number 3 in scoring this year. They got 29 points per game. They got rid of Stephon Diggs, and their EPA is pretty high. So who's in favor of Joe Brady? Not Tom, but Joe. Cuban boy, 24. You take Joe over Cliff. For a minute, Joe Brady's name been humming, and I'm surprised that he haven't interviewed for a head coaching job yet. Did he last year? Y'all let me know. But his offense is not very bland nor vanilla there. I think that's something that we can take a real good look at. Joe Brady, but he will be a first-time head coach, and that would be a situation and scenario that the Joneses, boy, they would try to eat him alive, baby. They would try to eat him alive. Now, this right here, Aaron Glenn, that name right there, I would give him a real good holler. I would love to have us to look into his style and philosophy. Now he is a stern coach, phenomenal. He's a student of the game. He played for the Cowboys, by the way. That would be right up the Cowboys' alley to get somebody like that. But let's talk about this. Do y'all think the Cowboys ready for that type of juncture there to bring in an Aaron Glenn, the silver beard that he is? Are they ready for that? If you know what I know, you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm talking about, are they ready to bring that in? Let me see what y'all gonna say in the comment box about Aaron Glenn. Are the Cowboys ready for this type of situation? He is a Parcells tree. Yeah, Trayvon says no. Yeah. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Michael Irvin, head coach. He can run his restaurant and head coach. Shout out to Michael Irvin, man. Let me see. You got. He says, yeah, no way, Jason Witten type. Okay, we'll need to be ready for something new. Yeah. If you look at the way and the kind of caliber of Detroit, let me see. And let me see if I can pull it up. And pull up Detroit lines where they at now on defense. Yeah. Damn. Oh my gosh, man. They're 9-1. Those 5 interception game, and they were still able to pull that off. That's because of Aaron Glenn. You thought that they was going to have a drop-off when Aiden Hutchinson went down? Put it like this, for perspectives. The 3 years that we had Dan Quinn here, we never was ranked from this particular perspective number 2. We was number 2 in turnovers and takeaways, but not on a collective basis of stopping the run and as well as stopping the pass, etc. Right? Which one is better over there in Detroit land? The defense or the offense? But you got to contribute that to Aaron Glenn. You got to give him his flowers. Somebody said Michael Irvin, but
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Defense win championships, baby. And if the Lions don't hit against any kind of craziness, as it relates to injury, they may go all the way this year. They may go all the way. And what we got to see also, because, you know, they're not a finesse team, but they are a dome team. We have to see how they play on multitudes of games in the elements, like when it get cold outside, and we'll see whether or not defense do travel, run game do travel. That's a solid team, and you got to give flowers to Aaron Glenn on that. You know, that's all I'm saying. Detroit, Christopher Blunt says Detroit is serious. Yeah, you're right, bro. They got some yeah. And I know what the Eagles folks said. Let me see. Let me pull them up right now, because, you know, a lot of people talking about Kellen Moore and everything like that. Let me see if I can find the Eagles, you know, where they at. They got the number one defense. They got the number one defense. They got the 7th ranked offense. So this is the great collide between the Detroit and the Eagles. And if I have a dog in the fight, out of all of this, man, give me Detroit. You know? Give me Detroit out of all of this. But that's a collision that's about to happen. Let me pull up Vikings too, because they've been riddled with injuries, but they still stay afloat. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see where they at and see if we can pull anybody from their staff. All right, so they're 8-2, 8th in offense, 11th in defense. They got some holes there on the defensive side. They had some injuries to show up and stuff like that. JD from DC says, not to Aaron Glenn, Santana Miles torched him. And Roy Williams twice in 2006. I can't forgive that or forget that. You know, but I appreciate you, JD, man. Hey, his play on the field had nothing to do with his coaching. hey, newsflash: Bill Parcells, Noah Belichick, or Jimmy Johnson played at the NFL level, right? You right? Come on. yeah. But yeah, Kansas City is serious. All right. Drew Petzing, I can't even say this man's name. I haven't heard of him. I got to do some research on him, but that's the other guy that's on this list. He said the Cardinals have become one of the better offenses in the league in 2024, and that's due to this guy. So I'm going to have to go watch some Cards games to see what they talking about, because Cardinals I think they're leading their division right now, and I think that they kind of hit a lot of teams by the element of surprise. They had the 5th ranked offense, and they had the 27th ranked defense. They are 6-4. I think they playing last place schedule, if I'm not mistaken, and that's a difference of 2 or 3 games. I don't know so much about the Cards like that, but if you guys want him here, let me know in the chat. If y'all know who Drew is, Petzing or Drew Pet. Liam Cohen, he's the Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator. I think that he is a guy that when you look at Tampa Bay's offense, and if you've seen how much Baker Mayfield improved, you got to give Liam that kudos and credence there. So is he a guy that can continue to do those things in the event of being a head coach? Sometimes you lose some of that spontaneity when you become the head coach. So that is a deal there. You know, I don't know. Bobby Slowick, he's another guy they've been mentioning. He's like the poor man version of a Ben Johnson that everybody like, but he is a guy that also helped turn that franchise over into better offenses there. And of course, he will bring you creativity. He'll give you a little splashes here, and on top of that, it will give you a different breed. He's a guy that also, when you look at, you know, the Texans on how they operate and move, they look a whole lot better. But I seen some what is that moments when some of their weapons went down with Bobby Slowick's system. I seen some of that, like, hey, you know, the offensive line allowing 5 or 6 sacks, you know. So I don't know about Slowick. But Cuban says Slowick is an 8 out of 10 hire. To be fair, it's a better situation what we had out of Jason Garrett. You know, he will be a better situation than that, and he'll give you more spontaneity and spark than a Mike McCarthy, to be fair. Yeah, so yeah. Of course, Mike McCarthy's a re-up and these sorts of things. In 2020, he had the 14th ranked offense, 23rd ranked defense. In 2021, the first rank in yards by points. And, of course, we went 12-5, and we had the 19th ranked defense and 7 in points. And then in 2022, we had the 11th in yards, 4th in points in offense. We had the 12th in yards and 5th in points defense. And the 2023, we had the 5th in total yards and in first in points, and then we had the 5th rank in yards and 5th in points in 2023. And those were our defenses and offensive ranking. Now, if you look at this 2024 season, we are 3-6 right now, right? We are 3-6, right? Or we 3-7? What's our record? 3-7, boys, right? Are we 3-7 or 3-6? Y'all let me know. I lost count of how many times we done lost this year. But neither here nor there. We are the 21st in yards, 23 in points, and collectively we are right at the 29th ranked in, I want to say, offense. But defensively, we're the 26th in yards and 31st in points. Ladies and gentlemen, that we're 3-7. Appreciate you. So this got to be updated. This was a week or so ago when they wrote this article out. I would say this though. Damn, we lost 7 games. Woo! Put the 7 teams that we lost to. It feels terrible, don't it? We lost 5 in a row at the crib, right? Good Lord. Let me go to this part right here. It's 11:13. I know college football is popping off and about to pop off in certain things. We got to talk about this one more time.
It's all about evaluation. I'm trying to get guys reps with this team to see who can help us moving forward. I'm trying to get guys in the game to see if other teams are interested in some of those guys where we may have to make a change. But more importantly for Jerry and Steven, I think they have to be honest with themselves and realize that they're not operating like teams are operating that are winning championships and consistently competing for Super Bowls. And yes, we can get caught up in 12-5 seasons, and obviously get into the playoffs. And nobody, I think if you in reality, that's a successful year, because only one team is going to hoist the Lombardi. But to go from that to this, I hope they realize that a lot of changes need to be made, and I'm sure there's a lot of changes going. But some of those things, you have to change the way you go about doing business. And Scott, I had a conversation with one of my favorite people in media, a guy by the name of Todd Archer, who does some stuff for ESPN here, but he covers the Dallas Cowboys on a daily basis. Clarence Hill Jr., another writer that was here and wrote about Dallas when I was playing. The reality for this football team is you are going to financially have to put yourself in harm's way in order to try to win a championship. And I don't think any team that's competing for one is not making those measured decisions and knowing that we may have to suffer 3 or 4 years from now based on what we're doing to try to go after it all. I think Dallas needs to start thinking that way instead of playing it safe with salary cap and signing dudes the day before a season starts.
Yeah, and signing dudes the day before the season starts and putting this franchise and an organization on a head-to-head collision, right? And you guys know where I'm about to go with this. And when you are in those type of situations, and you would like to have a rewind, you would like to figure out ways to turn the clock back, you know what I'm saying? And being able to hold back all of those pains and misery. But what if I told you that you can do this?
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frenkel and Frenkel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. Call Frenkel first, man, and they will be able to talk to you. And they got a team of lawyers that's partnered, that you won't get a first-time person on the phone that don't know what they're doing. They're located here in Dallas, and they'll be able to help alleviate all of those things. It's all about, ladies and gentlemen, being able to correct your wrongs. Why not call Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers if you're ever in that head-to-head collision? And it's definitely not your fault. Come on with it. From this number right here, 657-390-7391. That's my hotline. You can call mine. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you can visit frankelfirm.com if you don't want to pick up that phone. Come on, oh my phone, hit my line. From day 910, you are in. My brother from another mother, Too Cool. What you got, Too Cool?
Hey, I got a question.
Talk to me.
Why is it that you can tell us in 2023 we was 5 when it come to offense, ranked and points, and 5 when it come to defense, ranked and points?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody trying to count Dak pockets or count Dak coins, but it just seems like we can point a lot of this stuff at Jerry Jones, but a lot of this stuff starts and ends with Dak, though, man. Dak is not like, if you pay somebody $60 million, I don't pay you $60 million to lose and throw interceptions and go to the podium and tell us what you think you should do and think what you ought to do.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, corral your brothers on the sideline. Get in somebody's face. We could talk about the coach doing it all day. Tell me one game you've seen Dak do it. When right now what Lamb doing, what Diggs doing, and what Parsons is doing, man, they young. They young. But if people pay attention, right behind Dak, they supposed to be next in line to be captains. Man, they don't respect Dak. I don't think enough people talking about that. Parsons, Diggs, and Lamb don't respect Dak. You're not going to sit here and tell me when Michael Parsons' brother pop out and say something and CD Lamb mama say something that they don't go home for Thanksgiving and they're not having these conversations?
I feel what you're saying.
These conversations are being had.
I feel what you're saying at the end of the day, and you saying that basically it was Dak Prescott that allowed that defense to just rip us apart in that game, right? I'm trying to figure it out because it's not like the offense played well or the defense played well. Both sides, it was a massacre, bro, in that playoff game. Massacre.
Yeah, but y'all do that, right? So a lot of people do that, right? 1 plus 1 is still 2.
Yeah,
5
it is.
plus 5 is 10.
True.
Right? 5 plus 5 is 10. If I pay you $8 and I only got $2 and I give somebody else $2, bro, that out of $10, you're getting 80% of the freaking $10.
All right, so what's the problem now? We don't got Dak out there now. So why we ain't winning now then? What's going on now?
Law. What I'm saying though is this. Like I said before, we don't know what we don't know what Jerry and them offered Dak when it came to a contract. All I'm saying right now is that Dak sit up here and Dak played this innocent, the good boy game, and I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all want to hear. But
let me say this though. Do you have the ability to pull up the screen right now and see what I got on the screen right now?
Oh, let me go ahead and see.
Yeah. Pull that up and let me know how can Dak defend this? You know, how can Dak stop that? You know, how can the offensive coordinator or Mike McCarthy stop that? And I'm not sitting here saying that Dan Quinn is not a good coach or a great coach or whatever, elite coach, however y'all want to put it. But that happened multitudes of times, man. I'm just going through the clip. Like, how can this happen?
Dak, that's me. I'm talking calling you Dak now.
Don't call
right now. No. But Law, I hear y'all. No, Law, I hear y'all.
Yeah.
But we can sit here and we can point to the defense all day. But when Dak is on the offensive side of the ball and that man say hut or he say here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Man, that's Dak throwing them picks, man. That's not the defense throwing them picks, man. But all I'm saying though, Law, is this: if you're gonna put $60 million in somebody's pocket, if you're gonna put $50 million in somebody's pocket, if you're gonna get them a no trade clause, and then if they was to walk after this year, and you still on the hook for $40 million next year, well, damn, Dak, you got some explaining to do.
Put it like this.
Some performing to do.
Put it like this. I agree with you with this point though. They tried everything in their willing, in their knowledge of power, to give it away, and not to give it to Dak this offseason. Did you see that? Did you know that they was trying? They tried to do you. They tried to say too cool. All right, cool. Dak is the finite problem. Let's just go ahead. This was a former first round draft pick out of Trigger Trey. Let's give him every situation and opportunity to be the head quarterback. They did it. They did it that way. And they realized right before the Cleveland game, they made an epic mistake and not putting weapons and pieces around that particular situation, and they went on ahead and signed Dak. Did they do that? Yes or no?
They did, but Law, they the only team they didn't come back in here with on the offensive side of the ball, we don't got Tony Pollard. We didn't have Tony Pollard.
Right. But at the end of the day, they put all of their chips in on Trey Lance, and it backfired. That's the Cowboys' fault. And Stephen Jones, I meant to say, by the way, he said that, hey, he would do it all over again. That's what we dealing with.
But if Dak was performing, they wouldn't have never went out and got Trey Lance.
Dak was performing.
They had no intentions on signing Dak. That's
what I'm saying. They had no intentions on signing Dak, but after they saw that doggone Trey Lance, he can't scramble an egg, he can't make no grits, he can't cook no food, just a pretty face. He can't do nothing for it, like an IG model. And once you in there, that's just exactly what happened. Right or wrong, is that what happened? Right or wrong, is that what happened?
You're right. You're right. But I'm gonna say two things. I got two things left. Right. First thing, I think Jerry Jones, his knees balked to the pressure of the media. His knees balked to the pressure of the fans with this whole Dak Prescott thing. If everything plays out exactly how it plays out right now, and Dak don't have a contract, I don't care what nobody say right now, how nobody feel about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott would not be on Dallas Cowboys next year if he did not have this $60 million contract right now.
But that goes back to my counter on that argument. If Trey Lance, or even if the guy like you said a couple of weeks ago, let's give him a shot, Cooper Rush, and let's see what he can do. If those two boys were able to solidify or give us something, then they would have been able to have more leverage to tell Dak, hey man, we like you, but we don't love you like that, bro, for to pay you $60 million. Therefore, we're going to let you play out this year, and we're going to give the young guy Trey Lance for the 2025 a chance, because that's what they leveraged on. That's what they put all of their chips in the middle of the field on, and it backfired. Yeah.
That. But when you go back to early July, now listen. Now, when you go back to early July, though, all the media, everybody standing on the table. Oh, pay Dak. He's a franchise quarterback. Pay him. Now, when people start bringing up Shedeur coming to the Cowboys, they say, well, who want the Dak Prescott contract right now? The same individuals who are out here screaming for Jerry Jones to pay him is the same individuals. You telling me right now, if we try to trade Dak to the Oakland Raiders, they not taking him?
Well, hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. They probably will, but here's how it goes, though. The people that was banging on the table to pay Dak Prescott, don't you know that we would have $40 million more available to spend in the free agency if you were to just pay him earlier? They would have had that, and that's why people were banging on the table, because that's what normal teams do. They pay their star-studded quarterback that's coming off of an all-pro year so that they can add more and more pieces. All right, let me ask you this. Name me one piece that the Cowboys brought in on offense to help Dak.
They haven't. They can't.
My point exactly. But I appreciate you. Huh?
But I'm under the mindset though, when everything happened with Frederick, like a lot of people got to understand, the Cowboys had a very, very good offensive line. The Cowboys' problem
What year?
truly is they don't have an offensive line. When Frederick walked away from the Cowboys because his disease or because his condition, that truly hurt the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They could not pick up and replace that center because nobody expected when they drafted Frederick from Wisconsin.
Right.
Nobody expected that joker to perform the way he performed and to be a Pro Bowler and an All-Star like he was. And then when he walked away from the Cowboys, if you start looking at the trend and you start looking when that man walked away from us, we have not been the same on that offensive line since that man left this team.
And guess what you talking about? You talking about a team that don't have sense of urgency. You talking about the quarterback, and everybody give kudos and credence to Dak Prescott and his offensive line for that. But if you really think about it, for what you just said, you gave me more and more weapons, more and more ammunition, because that means that my guy Travis Frederick was only here with Dak his first 2 years, 2016 and 17. He got that disease in 18. We went and used and got Jumbo Joe Looney. We had Xavier Ciofilo, and we had some other guy named Ty Nasucky, whoever, I think his name was Cam Fleming. We had parts and pieces mixed in to help this offensive line. And people, guess what? And too cool, guess what? The expectations were still, we got to win the Super Bowl. We got to win multiple games in the postseason. It was still no excuses, right? Then I'm just telling you the truth. But we're seeing even a team that coming off of a Super Bowl that I said about 30 minutes ago, they went and signed a veteran offensive lineman so that they won't be in the same predicament, so that they won't use practice squad guys like a Jumbo Joe Looney. May he continue to strive and do things outside of football, because that's my boy. But at the end of the day, that's insane operation. Other teams go ahead and make tangible things fly. The Cowboys don't. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Cool. Thank you so much.
Hey, real quick, Law. Hey, for these head coaches, man, for these offense coordinators, everybody standing on the table for. Hey, man, listen. It's one thing to bring somebody in here and take somebody to the Super Bowl and put up points. Man, we're in a different age right now. You have to get a coach that can get these players to understand that when you play with that star on your helmet, man, it's different than the other 31 teams in the NFL. Man, when you walk out there, you come from them tunnels and you walk around on that field, regardless of whatever it is you do, you're going to be judged different than any other 31 teams. And if you think I'm lying, I'm dying. Look at how we losing right now, and we still more talked about than the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens.
No
That's
doubt.
all I gotta say.
No doubt, bro. Yeah. So I just want to tell people this so many times, man. The only time this offensive line was completely healthy to a degree was 2015. People are still saying that, hey, man, this juggernaut of an offensive line. Where? Tyron Smith was hurt every year. And in 2016, of course, we took a rookie out of Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott to the playoffs, right? We didn't win anything. But that was our healthiest version of that offensive line. And you still had Doug Free on that line, right? And 17, we know that our star-studded player, Ezekiel Elliott, man, the NFL was out to get him. Man missed 6 games, and it wasn't consecutive. It was like, hey, we going to appeal this. We not going to appeal it. And he missed the 6 games based off of what he did allegedly. There's not a single mug shot. There's not a single rape kit. There's not a single this and that about him, right? That was out there. He didn't know no DV cases and none of that stuff. They even had the girl that he said or that she said did these egregious things too on tape, saying that I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to take you down. Matter of fact, all of that happened before he even signed with the Cowboys. If anything, that he should have been suspended in 2016, not 17. Those alleged cases happened in 2015. We went 9-7 that year. So if you really collectively look at that year, 2017, Ezekiel Elliott could have been at least a 3+ win for us. That's into the playoffs. That's with a healthier version of that offensive line. Look, Travis Frederick didn't have that autoimmune disease then, and we probably would have made something happen in 2017. But that's years ago. We went 9-7 that year. After all of that mess. So, yeah, they out to get the Cowboys. But in 2018, our offensive line, we lost Travis Frederick. Tyron Smith stayed hurt that year. We went 10-6 that year. They got rid of Dez Bryant that year, by the way. There was no Jason Witten, by the way. It was more with less. And people were talking even then. We need to see more from the quarterback. He's not XY. He's not at that time. He's not a Carson Wentz. He's not a Goff or what have you. He's not worth $25 or $30 million. That's what people were saying then. I can't make this stuff up. It's the same song and dance. Now we're seeing other quarterbacks that's in their third year. Oh, man, he just in his third year. Oh, man, give him time. Give him grace and mercy. He just in his third year. Y'all say that day in and day out about Trevor Lawrence and about the other quarterbacks. They got their money. Hey, man, they young, man. They just in their third year or they just in their second year. What year was that in 2018 for our quarterback? You know, in 2019, in 2020. We don't build correctly. We talk about all of these weapons. Where? Well, what are the weapons? I got Jay Versick from the 407. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Oh, what's good, Law?
Yeah,
I really called in. Because of your little debate show idea.
Mm-hmm.
I had thought about you played this drop, and this what made me think of it. What if the show was called What's Your Point?
What's your point? Yeah, that'd be nice. Laws, what's your point?
Because, I mean, you're going to have people trying to make a point. And,
yeah.
You know, what is your point to the topic?
Yeah.
But I do like some of those guys that you pulled up, and I think the Joe Brady signing honestly would be a good fit, no doubt, because I think he's a good coach. What about for defense? The coordinator who was the Green Bay coordinator, what's his name? Joe, the one who played against us for the playoff.
Joe Barry, he's defense coordinator.
Joe Barry. Yeah, he's a good linebackers defense coach.
I don't know where he's at now. Nobody.
He's in Miami.
Oh, he's in Miami.
He's in Miami.
They're having an off year this year, bro. I think that, you know, Miami suffered from Vic Fangio leaving to the Eagles. And Vic is a damn good coach, as we can see, because last year Miami had the number 2, number 3 defense respectfully. And now their defense is falling into the 15th, 16th rank. And now where Vic is at now, he got the number 1 defense in the National Football League with the Eagles.
Man, screw them goddamn Eagles. The
I know.
Lions is the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Who the best defensive coordinator?
The Lions is the best team in
the
my
Lions. Hell yeah, shoot.
Yeah,
I feel you on that.
When you show that stat, they're ranked number 2 in offense, number 2 in defense, and they're number 8 in special teams. To me, that's perfectly balanced. Like Thanos said, you got the second-ranked offense and the second-ranked defense. Neither is above each other. And we've seen in the game when the offense isn't working, the defense still held enough so the offense, whenever they get the opportunity to get the train rolling, we've seen they won the game.
Yeah, I think that, you know, when you look at if those two were to face off against each other, I think that Detroit ultimately can get ahead of the Eagles by their run game if those boys can stay healthy. We've seen the likes of Rico averaging 5 yards per tote against the Eagles. The Eagles got a great job of stopping A-gap runs, but they are subject to running on the edge against them. But you know, they still got a solid defense, though. Both teams, man. But I do like the temperaments that the Lions bring to the table.
What I think will be interesting, I'm quite sure Jones wouldn't do it. I don't know. If we do get a defensive-minded head coach, I wouldn't mind plucking maybe a assistant from the Lions to be a coordinator, like how we I believe that's what the New Orleans Saints did to the 49ers. Got like a tight end coach or some shit for the offensive coordinator. I think it would be good if we did the same thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like the former players to be coaches. You know, I do like the ideology of how some of that can correlate and pass over to this particular team, because we need mindset. We need somebody that been down in the trenches that can navigate with Jerry Jones and his political talk and all of this stuff. But we need that type of cultural environment, bro. We need to say, hey, we give it what Jerry's saying, but this is what we're gonna do. We need to get enough of those guys, not all of those yes mans.
That's so true. I got one last thing. Do you think, let's say after week 3, when we got, or let me say, was it week 3 we played the Ravens? Yeah. Do you think after week 3, when Jerry said that he would not be making a in-season coaching change because he started to feel bad, that he realized I did not give Mike McCarthy no help, so this would be a mulligan year, that next year we will give Mike McCarthy another chance by, let's say, being active in the offseason. And if this season was to fail again, then they will fire him, but because of his bad coaching, basically like, man, throw that thought train away. You get fired in the season either way because you have lost the locker room.
I mean, that could be a qualifier to fire a coach, you know, because he lost the locker room. That could be a deal there that you look back at and say, yeah, man, he lost the locker room, so therefore you're fired. You know, that could be a good reason to fire someone if you look at everything. But I don't know, bro. This team, in the coaching searching and things like that, it got to fit a certain way that the Joneses want, and they looking for certain kinds of caliber guys that probably that have a Super Bowl on their resume or something like that, winning games on their resume, and not a first time guy, so that they can walk around and say, hey, these are our guys. But on top of that, it got to be somebody that's willing to fold and say yes to them. That's the only problem, bro.
That sucks, man. I'm just being honest with you, man. I mean, we will never change because you're going to always go after these older guys. And nothing wrong with the older coaches. It's just the fact that how many of them are in tune with today's, you know, changes in the game.
Right.
Like, there was a point in time we became a passing league, and if you look around the league, everybody's running the ball again.
No doubt, man. Bro, I appreciate you for calling in, Jay. Yeah.
Appreciate it, dog.
Good call from. All right, so we got the Lady Jessica, then we got 100 grand in the 214. But I got Lady for the 903. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hello, happy Saturday, Long.
Happy Saturday. Yeah.
First of all, the disrespect, y'all need to stop. First of all, it is Jerry Jones, the owner, fault that all this is going on. You did not protect your quarterback. You want to get somebody in there and try so you could not have to pay the man that you should have paid, who been on a rookie deal this whole time. But everybody want to keep talking about this man money like he didn't work for it. What about somebody talking about your job and tell you don't deserve the money you're making, and that they need to get rid of you? This man has been injured and hurt, and y'all had called for Cooper Rush, the great white hope. And what did he do? Out there throwing picks left and right. Then this man just told y'all that they was trying to get Trey Lance and didn't want to really pay this man. They trying to get out of paying the man that worked, put his body on the line for this team multiple times. And they took his protection away. But y'all want him to still go out there and work miracle for the team. No quarterback in this NFL on the other team are doing it by themselves. They have a good coach. They have good defense. They have everything they need around them, and that's why they're fulfilling. What did Washington do? They went out there and got what they needed for their team, and they done got to be 7 and whatever this year. But you people want to sit here and stand and constantly pick and tear your own dime in the rug. Jerry Jones didn't care about that. They really just got him in the 4th round. But when Romo, the supposed to be great white hope, the best man there it is, that never won a Super Bowl, the whole time he been here, but yet you want to tear the man down who has put his body on the line, and that's why the man is injured now. He's trying to put this team on his back and get us out of the hole in every game. But if the defense sit there and want to be pretty boys, it's time out for pretty boys. Be the man that you was hired to do and do your job. And stop picking and want to be on the show. It is not about the show. Ain't no one man bigger than the team. It is a team. It is a team for a reason. It ain't no one man and no team. It takes everybody. Everybody on the team, everybody on the roster to get out there. The next man go down, that man supposed to stand up. Hey, it's my time to shine. Go do what I gotta do. But ain't none of that going on. Everybody gotta be accountable and do their job. And stop trying to put it all up on the quarterback. Because Patrick Mahomes is who he is because he got who? Andy Reid. And because he got who? Travis Kelce and all his weapons around him, and got a line out there that's doing everything they can to protect to make sure he don't get hurt. But who is doing that for Dak? Dak is a darn good quarterback, and he gonna do great if he get what he need around him, like everybody else quarterback in every other league. So stop trying to say, oh, he and BBB, whoever this dude is, I'm sick of him trying to act like we're trying to praise that. No, we're giving him his credit is due. Because Dak has been that great guy. When Romo went down, Dak stepped up. Dak is that guy. He done been on the field and off the field. And then all of this controversy mess needs to stop. And it's all done because of the doggone Jerry Jones and his son. They cheat, but they billionaires. But they want to pay cheap. You pay for what you pay your work. You want work, you better pay for it. You don't get it for free. Dak worked for his money. Get out of his pocket.
Amen. No, hey, you preached it over here. Appreciate you for calling in.
Talking with the face law, but what is it? What is we gonna do? We just fans who want to see greatness in our team. But if our team don't care, all they want to do is be fashion models. No, I'm not built to be a fashion model side. But I tell you one thing, Jessica Faye Haggerty has been who she is because of God. And I'm a strong woman because of God. Because if you knew all of what I've been through, you understand my glory. But you don't.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you so much for calling in, lady. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me hear you say it.
PVO, how about them Cowboys? Let's go kick these next team butt.
Come on with it. Amen. Yeah. Yes, it is. And thank God I don't look like what I done been through, you know. Man, I do have the sunlight in my face. Y'all see that? That sunlight cascading. I'm actually at the stadium. I'm at the Arlington Stadium right now. Y'all didn't know that's where my office at, you know. I'm at Arlington right now. Jerry, gotta close them blinds, man. It's in my eyes, man. Oh, get the curtains out, Jerry. Y'all didn't know y'all didn't know that's where my office is at, right? Oh my gosh, man. Hey, one day I'm gonna get Jerry to close them blinds, man. Or put some curtains up, man. Stop letting this sunlight hit me in my face. I got 100 grand, and then I had a 214. You live.
Boy, struggling out there. Hey, what up, bro?
All is well.
Miami game. I'm watching the
Miami game. You got the money line going, bro.
Man, I ain't messing with Miami.
You messing with them, man.
You know, I ain't messing with them, man. They quarterback up and down, man.
Yeah.
I can't touch.
Yeah.
I can't mess with Miami, man.
Mm.
But listen, man. Dak Prescott and all these other quarterbacks is on two different levels, man. Everybody want to talk about Pat Mahomes, man. They go and get that boy weapons. They make sure they got weapons around that boy. And when everybody say, oh man, he had a year where the receivers was dropping balls. Guess what they did? The offense ain't performing. We're going to make sure our defense is up to par. We're going to get guys for our defense to make sure that our defense can hold it down.
Break it down. Yeah. You right.
Because it was Super Bowls that they won that Pat Mahomes ain't do nothing in.
Man,
or because he made 1 or 2 passes, that don't mean he won the game. If that was Dak Prescott, man, he just threw 1 or 2 passes. He wasn't the reason. But y'all say Pat Mahomes was the reason when it really was the defense. If you don't believe me, go back to the 49ers Super Bowl and tell me the 49ers shouldn't have won that Super Bowl. But no, the defense came through with fumbles. The defense came through with interceptions to help win that game. Pat Mahomes threw 1 or 2 great passes. But y'all don't want to hear that. But if you take Pat Mahomes' name out and put Dak Prescott's name in there, y'all would be bashing that man. Or if you put, matter of fact, we don't even got to change the names, Law. Put Pat Mahomes in the Cowboys uniform and let Pat Mahomes have the year that he's having right now. And tell me if Cowboys Nation would be bashing Pat Mahomes right now. Y'all wouldn't be saying, man, Pat Mahomes is great. It's not his fault. Y'all would be bashing Pat Mahomes right now. Because it's all about the situation that you win. Dak Prescott got to do everything because he's not in a great situation. Stephen Jones just showed you. They don't care who you are. If they could try to find a cheap replacement for you, they'd rather go with the cheap replacement for the money rather than trying to pay the right money to make sure that this team prosper. You pay for what you get.
You ain't lying.
You pay for cheap stuff, what you gonna get? Cheap results.
Yep.
And that's what we get. And the thing is, Law, the Cowboys didn't want to win this year at all, people. I've been trying to tell y'all
they
all year.
They wanted to win the contract war, and they lost to it. So they just, in the words, in the words of Mike McCarthy, just like anything, you know, and to a degree, Mike McCarthy should have been. When he was at the mercy of, I can win with your philosophy because he's trying to keep his job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so
keep his job. So he going.
I'm talking about for this 1 year.
Everybody saying, why Mike McCarthy ain't step up if he seen what happened? Jones can blackball you, so it's not much you can do. If you go at Jerry, you might not get another job in the NFL. FYI, people.
Hey.
You don't think about that, do you?
Yeah.
Chris Richard, where's he working at right now?
Some college team.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So it ain't much you can do. It ain't much you can do. The Cowboys didn't want to win this year, period. They wanted to be cheap. They wanted to save money. And it started with Dak, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it with the contract, so let's bring Trey Lance in here. Hopefully Trey Lance can perform so we don't have to pay Dak. What y'all would have did if that would have happened, right? If that would have happened and they paid Trey Lance, we was going to have this year regardless. Trey Lance, it didn't matter because they wasn't putting resources behind this year anyway. This year was a throwaway.
Yeah.
But for y'all people that just want to blame it on Dak and say Dak's the fault, Dak's the problem for the throwaway year, that's not true. The Joneses planned for this already. Jerry Jones was the snake salesman to tell y'all all in and great just to keep y'all intrigued so that y'all can watch. I'm sorry to tell y'all people that. And don't rebuttal me because if you try to, just go look back and see what moves have been made. What's the things that he have said? Does it add up? No. They're going to make moves in 2025 because they're going to have the money to, and all those contracts is going to be gone. 2025 is going to be a different year. But this year was a throwaway year. And for y'all complaining about Trayvon and these dudes going to the club and chilling, ain't no problem with that. Go to the club. Have fun. Have fun. Because if we was winning, Law, and I'm mad at you, Law, if we was winning, Law, would you say the same thing? Why these boys?
Well, hold on. No, hold on. Now, I got you. I'm gonna use the MJ. I got you now. You know. So if R. Kelly get released from jail and he said, "Hey man, I'll open up me a business, an all girls daycare center." Hey, it's the optics of it, bro. Hey, and if Diddy gets out of jail, he said, "Man, I'm throwing a slumber party. Hey, everybody invited, man. Just bring the oil." You know. Hey, no way. This is the optics of it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Give me. Got me.
I got you. Checkmate. Just like on chess checkmate, right? Watch this. Did the Chiefs win the Super Bowl last year?
They did.
Right?
They did.
Now to hit you with the Mike Tyson punch back in the 90s. Tell me how many Chiefs players was arrested?
Oh yeah, it was plenty of them that was arrested. Oh yeah, there was plenty.
Tell
But
me,
go ahead.
Hold on. Tell me the news outlets and the Shannon Sharps and all them who made that, who did what they did to Trayvon and Micah.
Yeah,
Tell
but
me
see,
where that's at.
now,
Bring that up.
here's the caveat. Here's the caveat to it. With great power comes great responsibility. And the guys that got arrested for Chiefs, they were on the side, like they wasn't the starters. Now, Rashid Rice, he still. Now that's how backwards the league is, because he done had a car wreck, a whole bunch of other stuff, and outside of the injury this year, may he recover and all of that stuff, and he wasn't suspended for a single game. But let that be a Cowboy player. They suspending him, and they doing it. I know it's a double standard, bro. That's what I'm getting at. But my thing is, the Cowboys, it's the optics of it. They could have shot that video at the crib. They are multi-millionaires for a reason. They could have told everybody with the phones, put it down. Hey, we just lost. Let's not get this out. We're going to sign NDAs and beyond. Let's keep this in-house. It don't have to be visible to the public. On top of that, I know with verifiable information and evidence, $100,000, that not everybody is on board with that podcast Parsons, and that's just me saying it. But they can't say anything about it.
Yeah, everybody's not on board with the podcast law because we're losing.
We losing.
If we was winning Super Bowls, they wouldn't care about that podcast law.
But that's what the results about.
How many the results? Okay, come on. The Eagles is winning right now.
Right.
I don't hear the Eagles talking about their podcast like that.
Hey, Eric Scott.
That they lost a game.
Eric Scott. Come on, Eric Stewart is in the chat, and I think I'm Awake is in the chat. They roasted Darius Slay for having that podcast. They roast him when they lose him.
Yeah. But before he came on Micah, he had this podcast for years.
For years, but
nobody talk about that podcast until he started doing podcasts with Micah. So stop the cap.
Well, the other part is the brother Kelsey, before he retired or what have you. They already have hardware, right? And most of the guys that do have these podcasts, they've been already established. And I'm not saying that Parsons is not established, but what I'm saying is it's also the nature and the content that Parsons also talk on that podcast. Can you at least agree with that? Can you at least agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah. It's not like if he going up there talking about film breakdowns and stuff like that. He's literally talking about what he said about Dan Quinn. Even like this is even outside of the podcast thing. So you mean tell me? Hold on. Are you okay with what he said about Dan Quinn? That they talk every other day?
To be perfectly honest with you, Lo, let me tell you this right now. You talk about how these dudes say these dudes is on Twitter.
Yeah.
These dudes, why y'all so sensitive on Twitter? Y'all make millions and millions of dollars. Y'all need to be grown men, and y'all need to just deal with that, right?
Right.
This is what I get from some content creators. I heard one yesterday say that. One of your boys. I'm not
one of my boys. One of my boys.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
my guy. I rock with him.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I did the logo for him. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
That gives you an indication of who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You talk about how dudes on Twitter, and you shouldn't get angry at the fans for coming at you on Twitter, and why you blocking people and boom, right?
Right.
You should have thick skin because that's what you signed up for, right?
Right. True.
So why y'all worried about what players said about another coach? You shouldn't worry about that either. That shouldn't.
Oh, okay. But here's my other caveat. Here's my other caveat. Sometimes there's discretion. You got to be discreet on some things. Like literally, That's illegal for Dan Quinn to look out for Michael Parsons' family and getting them seats and tickets for the game. That's something that Parsons. It's in the bylaws. It's in the bylaws. You can't go against the bylaws.
Washington team get punished for
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I'm bringing it up. Yeah, yeah. That's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. You know, hey, that's like calling the police saying, "Hey, the weed man shorted me on my weed." You know. Oh my God! Hey man! Hey! He shorted me, officer.
Hey! Now you can do it.
Oh my God!
Do it now. You go to the dispensary.
Hold up! You do it now. Hey, he shorted me, officer. Oh my God! Come on, Parsons just gotta hush sometimes. He's my boy. He's my boy. Mama Parsons, Uncle Parsons, Brother Parsons, all of the Parsons. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, but I gotta call a spade. I can't see that and be like, I can't talk about it. It hurts me to talk about this.
I look at the podcast and all that as long. It don't matter, Law.
Yeah.
Cause the problem is the Joneses want to pay people on the cheap. And the Joneses, if we paid you, we want you to be Superman out there. We expected to be 3 Michael Parsons out on the field because we paid you. We expect Dak Prescott to walk on water because we paid you.
Yeah.
And we want to put mailmen and all the type of workers out there on the field. And we expect you to turn water into wine because we paid you $60 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And come on, man. And if we get the opportunity to cut you so we could save some money, but if we would have cut you and put Trey Lance out on that field, the expectations would have been the same.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Wouldn't have been they expected Trey Lance. We paid you now. We paid you, Trey Lance. Now we're expecting you to perform like better than Dak Prescott.
But you know what, bro?
And that's the problem, Lord.
The only thing is 100 grand. You and I are speaking the same truths. We just hope that when it's all said and done, maybe 4 or 5 years from now, when the other quarterback gets into this mix, we be like, see, I told y'all, me and 100 grand were saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? because it's not one quarterback. It's the same thing.
No, and it's sad because, it shouldn't have to take that long.
Right.
Why the Cowboys didn't draft another wide receiver for Dez Bryant?
Hey.
Why? Why
T. Will
couldn't have
T. Will? That's my guy. T. Will. I can't say much. T. Will, you my dog though. T. Will, but Cole Beasley, baby. It's the same problem, man. The team don't know how to build.
You had the tight end. Remember the time? You had the tight end. You had Dez Bryant. You had DeMarco Murray. You had the team. The offensive line was great. If you would have spent some money and maybe you would have got another weapon in here, another weapon on defense or offense to take us over the top. No, and y'all man, they had the weapons.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the draft. The draft don't count.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in free agency. That's what I'm talking about.
So 100 grand, you're right though. We will have the team, but we only have it for 1 year. The team that you're talking about, ultimately, that 2014 team, it was only for 1 year. That team, ultimately, that we had that can show us something, it was for 1 year, 2016. And then the NFL intervened and a whole bunch of other stuff happened.
Right.
Yeah.
What shut us down?
2018 was an anomaly because it normally don't happen when you don't have a wide receiver by committee. They had a guy named Allen Hurns, Deontay Jackson, or whoever he was, and
Say that again. Say that. Wide receiver by what?
Committee. Yeah.
Why? Because it was cheap. Come on, man.
Come on, right?
Y'all can't stop me with this thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. and to put the cherry on top, we had Jason Garrett. To put the cherry on top.
Thank you. And on top of that, to make things worse, we got a coach that can't even be a coach to add on top of Jones is being cheap. We got a coach and everybody talking about, man, if they get this guy, that's just going to tell, and even you said it, Lord, you my boy, man, but I got to hold your feet to the fire.
Hold it.
If the guy that can just tell the Joneses to shut up, no, that coach will be gone. He'll be coaching in Pelican Bay. He try to go against the Joneses and tell the Joneses, forget you, I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to try to win these games. You know he going to be gone. That ain't going to happen.
That's why I said you got to find a coach that can lie to kick it, not the way Mike McCarthy did. You know what I'm saying? Find a coach and say, you know how you go into the interview, you say all of the good things? Right. And then after that probation, after them 90 days, they're like, damn, he wasn't that dude, you know. So that's the only way. That's the only way, bro. Only way.
Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones work on the game plan every week. Y'all act like y'all don't know that. And if y'all don't know that, there you go.
No doubt, 100 grand, man. I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
So he can't say I said that to say he can't say forget what y'all say. I'm gonna try to win this game and I'm gonna do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
He gonna be gone, Long. He gonna be gone.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, 100 grand. Let people know where they can find and follow you, fam.
Hey, man, you guys can follow me at Graphic Zone HD on Instagram and Facebook. That's Graphic Zone HD for all your graphic needs.
No doubt, bro. Let's get it. Salute. That's my guy, 100 grand, man. Yeah. Yeah, you know, he gave me a little pushback on it, but, you know, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, and I'm going to say this again, I don't mind them boys having a podcast. I don't mind them boys out there clubbing and partying. It's the optics that I'm talking about. Tone deaf is what I'm talking about. You know, it's those little things you do. That's where Shannon Sharp was right at. Nobody give a dog water if this doggone team wins. You know, if they were winning, if they wasn't getting blown out, we getting blown out. We ain't losing games by 1 or 2 points here and there. We getting blown out, bro. So it's the optics. It's just like R. Kelly opened up an all-girls daycare. You know, Senator, you ain't finna take your kids there. Oh, man, he a rehabilitated man. He's up out of there. It's like Quagmire having an all-girls camp, right? Giggity. You know, you're not finna take your girls to that camp. You're not. Giggity, you know. For those who don't know who Quagmire is, you know. So that's just what it is. And shout out to Family Guy. You know, I got the 214. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Man, calling the motherfucking lie. I mean, my bad.
You good? You good? You good? Go ahead.
I was live. Hey, man, calling them people on cause somebody shorted you on some bud, man. That's crazy work right there, man.
That's crazy work.
That's crazy. Hey, that's crazy work. What's up with it, my guy? Stop, action, man.
Come back with that weed. Come on. Where that brick at, man? He gave me a fake brick, y'all. What you got, though, bro?
Hey, man, listen. I called to give some pushback, man. The other day, you was going so ham. You weren't hearing the point I was trying to make.
Okay.
When you said Joe Burrow needed Joe Mixon, I said, hold on now. I can't say he needs Joe Mixon. Look at the year he's having without Joe Mixon. His defense is playing bad. I never said one man makes a team.
Okay.
You was misunderstanding what I was trying to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, maybe I need to call. I tried to call in, but you know, you have to go.
Yeah.
It's action.
Okay.
It's action.
Oh, action.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me lock you in as action.
Yeah.
Lock
me in.
I'm gonna lock you in.
That's
so
what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say one man. You know what I mean? It's the whole team. I was trying to say Joe. I don't think he needs Joe Mixon because he still having. Look at the year he had without Joe Mixon. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Is it a better year than he had with or without him right now? Is it a better year? Is he having a better year?
He having an MVP year right now.
Okay.
It's actually a better year, one of his better years.
Okay.
Without Joe Mixon.
Let me see. Let me pull up his numbers. Let me pull up his numbers and stuff. What's his name? What's his name we talking about?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrows and them. All right. So Joe Burrows this season, they are losing games based off of what? You can allude to the fact that their defense is trash or something like that.
Trash can Texas.
Okay. So he's on pace. I think he got 27 touchdowns already. So all right. So here's my point. He's having a better season. He's having better numbers. Meaning that they are behind. How many of those games are there so far behind that they are talking about adding in garbage time stats on garbage time numbers, and his wins are only against teams that's below 500? So why these things are not being brought up in the 3-letter, the 4-letter network? How come nobody is talking about Joe Burrows and his garbage time stats? How many of those numbers and yards are garbage time, bro? Help me out. Just talk to me, bro. You watch the game. You Joe Burrow superhero over here.
No. My part, I'm not. No. I don't follow Burrow like that. I'm like LSU. Come on now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just speaking on I'm saying on the purpose of the point. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them stats is garbage time stats, as they say. What they would say was Dak would be garbage time stats. They are, because they didn't win the game. I don't care if he came back. They didn't win. I don't care if it was they came back to tie it up or whatever. They still didn't win.
Right.
I'm not saying he don't have them garbage stats. I'm not saying that. I was never a person that say those are garbage time stats. I feel like if you're on the field and you trying to come back, stats is stats.
Yep.
They still trying to stop you. Now they're not gonna just let you do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was never one to be like, them garbage time numbers. Nah, I'm not for that. I don't believe in that. I believe if you're on the field, you fight. I can't tell you a man to stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Right.
Personally. But so when people be like garbage stats, I don't.
Yeah. So in the overall complexity of everything, action. Think about this. Let this sink in. What do they need in order to win?
They need run guy. They need defense.
They need defense. So if by far, I'm just shooting this out here.
Now hold on. Run guy, the run guy will be the defense in a sense.
You and I can agree that Joe Burrows is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. The throw of the ball, accuracy, and beyond. Right. Drafted greater and higher. So if he need those things, what the hell Dak Prescott need?
Exactly my point.
Don't take my point. That's my point. That's my point. I wanted that for my point. That's what I be pointing out. I'm greedy. That's my point. So when people say that Joe Burrows or Joshua Allen and all of these boys are great quarterbacks and blah blah blah, I'm just pointing out the fact that they got weapons, they got coaching, they got philosophies. Yeah.
I gotta keep it a book with you. Like when you post that on Facebook, whatever, I share those posts because I share your same sentiments.
Right.
And then if y'all can't see, they're not getting him no help. Like every time you would post something, if you go and look, I would always repost and share that.
Yeah.
Whatever you post pertains to, okay, there go another weapon being signed. Okay, so meanwhile in Dallas, I would repost that. Meanwhile, that I would share those same sentiments because I'm like, if y'all can't see, as in y'all would be America seeing that he can't get it done by himself, but even these players that y'all want to hold at this high bar, even they are getting help for their team, but he's still not getting no help. So I can't fault him. I always want to fault him at first.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I always want to fault him at first. But when I start listening to your points you was making, I start seeing like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, wow, they dragging him down through there, as we would say down south. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They dragging him down through there, like they not giving him no help. He going against the grain every time. So I can't fault a man who, you know what I'm saying. That's why I said when he got his money, I wasn't mad at him getting his money. I was just mad at the method that the Joneses took to put us behind the 8 ball, and now they put all the pressure right back on him. You know what I mean? The spotlight's gonna be right back on him, whether you like him or you love him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be right back on him, and that's the situation we have right now. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man.
But
I appreciate you, bro.
That's all I was calling here. Just let clear up that little.
Yeah. But you know when I be going, I be going, man. Yeah. Method man mixed in with a whole bunch of stuff, you know.
Hey.
But I appreciate you.
Hey, let me leave you with this though.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of running out of time could really break down a mind to the point where everything that's lost puts you in a hurry to find, which can begin to put your life at jeopardy at high risk to be a casualty of armed robbery. True soldier's death for the life of the streets. For the life that's in me, I can't understand how a clock can control a nation life in a block. That's why I could never stop, never take breaks, complete missions without mistakes. Because as you know, time don't wait. It keeps ticking to the point where you don't want to find yourself past time reminiscing. That's why everything I do, I stop, look, and listen. Because money sometimes is hard to find. And they didn't let Trump get into the White House, so it's hard to grind without doing time. Me, I'd rather be pursuing time. For felonies, misdemeanors, the petty crimes. The thought of running out of time makes me want to get mine. DC4L. Peace.
Peace, man. The rhyme, philosophy, action, power of time. I love it. I love it, man. Oh, man, y'all put y'all hands together for my guy. They say love's a sin, love's a crime. Loving was when you have grief, you ask God for a sign. But what about the time and rewind to these places without hesitations or deviations to the matter? Let's get this simulation going when I bring in my brother from another mother. No other. Don't look like Danny Glover. J May from the 774. What you have on your mind as we speak of this time. Come on with it. Yeah.
Philosophy, man.
Yeah.
I'm not to follow that. The only way I can follow that is I just say my own philosophy. You know, hey,
yeah.
Patty wag, give a dog a bone. That's
yes, indeed, man. Hey, that's all we need. One fish, two fish. Two fish, blue fish. Mess around with us, you will be toothless. Come on, baby. Hey, come on, Dr. Seuss in this, baby. Come on. What you got, bro?
Man, I just want to say real quick, you know, about pretty much, you know, the Dak haters and some of the fans, you know, just one thing I ask, man, just be careful what you ask for.
Right.
Just be careful what you ask for. You know, you got a couple of teams. I was just reading a couple of teams. You got the Browns since Dak has been in the league, 2016, the Browns have had 16 quarterbacks. The Raiders have had 9 quarterbacks. The Redskins have had 17 quarterbacks. The Jets have had 14 quarterbacks.
Lord.
Be careful what you ask for. You know, Dak is not Pat Mahomes. Dak is not Allen from the Bills.
Yeah, right.
You know, but you know, he's better than what the law is out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of players out there that if we would have met, you know, if Dak would go to a different team, he'd be doing a lot better. You gotta surround him with the weapons and the line for him to do his job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's mind-boggling how fans can ask for Dak to, like, you know, get cut and get traded, and for what? Who's out there? Who are we gonna trade for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't get it. That's all I got to say about that.
Hey, Jay, man. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, and look out for the helmet and everything, man. It's going to be there shortly, bro. And I'm going to give you the tracking number and everything by the end of the day. So I really appreciate you, bro.
I know you're super busy. I'm not even stressing that, bro. I just, you know, I appreciate everything, brother.
No doubt. That's my guy, man, Jay, man. Always calling in, giving us some good stuff, man.
The conference has been locked.
Yeah. So we got a few other callers in here. I got my guy from Mississippi, then I got the 682. But from the 971, you're live. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What's happening, Law? How you doing, baby?
Man, hold on. Now, let me pause you right quick. Dog, come on, man. What the fudge, man? Oh my gosh, dog. All right, man. Let me regroup. All right. Oh my gosh, man. What are you doing, bro? All right. Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, it's so early for this, man.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, man. All right. For the 971, let's refresh, man. You live, dog. What's good?
Oh, no, just chilling. How you doing?
Man, doing good, man. All right.
I see you over there clowning this morning. I see you over there clowning, you up there rapping and throwing your poetry out there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Boys getting down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want nothing, man. I just want to holler at you, man. Wish you happy holidays, man. You know,
Me too, man. Yeah, appreciate you.
I'm glad, this is happening, for a reason, so everything happened. So, just stack up on your draft picks and then just work on your secondary.
Yeah.
Get you some corners in here, get you some secondary, get you some safeties in here, and get you some guys that can tackle. And build your defense up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get you a good, dependable running back, man, in the first round. The first pick is a running back.
Mm-hmm.
After that, man, you go defense. You got to figure out a way to get Jerry out of the way, man.
Got you.
Messing up. What you feel? Is he gonna step down for GM? Or is he gonna keep playing these games?
Man, when you like him, you go into the grave with your thoughts and your belief. The Egyptians thought that they can take their possessions with them on the next world. I think that's Jerry. He's trying to take everything with him to the next cycle. So he ain't gonna step down anytime soon.
Damn.
It could be.
We in trouble for a while then.
Well, let's see how long that tooth can last, man. He's a long tooth, and he's hanging on by the thinnest of the gums here. So we'll see how long that tooth can last.
What would be your first pick in this draft?
Me, I normally don't like running backs like that early, but I just look at it like this team, the strength of this team is visibly when you are able to run the ball. The problem is we got offensive line issues. So, I would go BPA, but I can't pass up on that Genty kid. I would love to see him here. Or I'd love to see if we can get a defensive guy and get Ollie Gordon in the second. But it's way too soon. I didn't get a chance to look at all of these guys that's coming out or who really declared for the draft or what have you. But there's a lot of things. We got so many holes on this team, bro, that I'll do a disservice saying that right now in November who the Cowboys are going to pick up. That'd be too crazy. It's too early.
So what's the reason behind him playing Cooper Rush? Even though he's getting beat, I feel bad for Cooper because this is really exposing him to if he leaves his team, when he leaves his team, who's going to pick him up? How do you do? What's this game plan? What's this little scandalous thing that he's doing behind his Cooper Rush? Playing him the whole game and not playing Trey Lance putting Trey Lance on the field. What's this scandalous crap he's pulling?
Well, it's a twofold. He said Cooper Rush giving the Cowboys the best chance to win. Where? What win? He's talking about probably the draft. He talking about winning the draft. He talking about winning the draft. That's what he talking about, winning the draft. Cooper Rush give us the best chance to win the draft. So you put Cooper Rush in there, and they give you the best chance to win in the draft. But all jokes aside, this team is atrocious. I think that they should figure out ways to showcase both quarterbacks. If that's the case in a scenario when they get to the red zone, let's see some Trey Lance, first touchdown ever in the National Football League, came off of a wildcat formation with him and Jimmy Garoppolo, for crying out loud. And that's how he was able to score a touchdown. Points are points. I think that the Cowboys should have ripped the Band-Aid off and say, hey, we paying $5.5 million to Trey Lance. Let's just give him a chance and see what we can do from there. And let's try to regroup this offense to fit the style that Trey Lance play in. Since everything else is done, since you done spent all off season trying to figure out who Trey is, let's go ahead and give him a chance. That's what I would have did, because Cooper Rush, believe it or not, he had his shine. He had his time in the sun. He's been in the league for 7 years.
Right.
That's a long time. So people should know who Cooper Rush is, by the way. So that's where we at.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I agree with you on those points. It's frustrating to see it happen. I just, to not even come out and give a fight on offense, just like getting beat down from the start to the finish.
Right.
They're right there. that right there as demoralizing for a fan. It makes me want to turn off the TV. I'm cool with y'all. I'm cool with y'all with these podcasts. Y'all come out, y'all run your mouth. Hey, they vent their frustration. I can understand that. I don't know if they're allowed to keep coming out and saying, hey, without him putting a, strainer on their mouth. So it is what it is with this organization, man. So,
yeah.
Who do you want to be the next head coach?
Oh, I like Aaron Glenn. I do like him. I like Al Harris, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator for the Lions. The Lions. From a cultural aspect, if the Cowboys are going to lean on retreads, right, and if they're going to make it comfortable for them, I would take a Hail Mary shot at Bill Belichick because of these type of things. It's a coach that got winning pedigree. It's a coach that can slam 8 rings on the table. It's a coach that also been familiar with the trees of success. A tree is known by the fruits of its labor, right, or the fruits it bears. And you can say, hey, he's a product of Bill Parcells.
Would he be too hard on the coach, on the players, though?
That's what the players need.
Don, you know this day and age, these boys are sensitive. They go straight to social media. They go straight to the podcast and talking about they ain't with all this, they ain't with all that. Tell me what to do. They ain't with all this. I don't know. Just time is changing. So, do you need somebody that can relate to these guys?
Well, I think
rap music during the game. Play some rap music during the fucking.
I get you, but here's the thing, though. At some point, we can't look at the Cowboys and say that this should be all 31 other teams, right? With the soft culture. Now, all of these teams soft, and if and you go with the program that's established from above, right? So if it's a situation and scenario that this guy is going to be a little bit stern on these guys and hard and have boundaries, then that's what this team needs. People unsuccessfully or people in poverty, they don't like boundaries. Boundaries are important. You need to have boundaries. You protect your assets with boundaries. And the Cowboys don't. They let anyone and everyone run free. There's no structure to it. You can say whatever you want. And these things need to come to a halt and have team accountability. To a degree, like I said, with even $100,000, I agree. But at the end of the day, with some shape, form, or fashion of leadership, you won't have a Ray Lewis on this particular team and still be comfortable with these boys going out there playing and dancing around in the club, talking about certain things that give the opposing team ammunition on a podcast. You don't have that. Right. You don't have that if you have a Ray Lewis type. And I get it. It's a new era, new age. But at some point in time, just because sagging is popular, I never did it. Right? Just because a certain look or a fad. Yeah. Just because a certain thing is popular, I never did it. And just because it's trendy and okay for 2 guys to kiss and share an umbrella, hey, I never did it. I won't try to do it.
Slow down a little bit now.
No, I'm just saying. Umbrella. Two men must never share an umbrella. That's man law. I would rather let the rains fall on me than to be cooped up under an umbrella with another man. Nah, that's just what it is. It's certain principles and laws that these worlds got to understand that law is law. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you got to stop betting to, hey, that's what the culture said. It's okay for a fella to wear pink lipsticks or get his damn fingernails painted. Nah. Man up. Somebody got to tell somebody this stuff. They got to be stopped. Yeah, they got to wake up and stop being scared of being counseled. Yeah, take them down.
How do you feel about Deion coming in?
Yeah, Deion would be a great thing, but he's not coming anytime soon over here.
Damn.
Yeah. I just think, JP, is that this world needs some doggone structure, and they need to have somebody that can talk to somebody and stop being scared of being canceled. No, you can't wear female perfume.
I thought they brought in Zimmer for that. So he's nowhere like the old Zimmer that we thought. So it's back to some other Zimmer, like a different band out there.
Well, talking to Jay Ratliff and a few other guys that played under Zimmer. Zim is still there. It's just the ideology that right now he's only on a 1-year contract. It's only so much these guys are going to really gravitate to him, and knowing that, hey, he just here for a placeholder, right? So it's a lot. It's a lot of layers. It'll take me 2 hours to break that down. I appreciate you, JP, for calling in.
Hey, I love you. Hey, stay out my backyard. Hey, look him in the house. I hope you're going home for the holidays. If not, enjoy where you at. But yeah, stay out my backyard and my theater, and stay away from the track team.
No doubt. I'm definitely going to stay away from track team. Yeah,
Hey,
ain't no Diddy
biscuits
going over here. No.
Biscuits and gravy and smothered chicken, baby.
Yes, indeed, man. That JP, man. I ain't going to mess around with his track team. That's 20, 30, almost 20 years ago. Yeah, more than 20 years ago. Yeah. But y'all get what I'm saying, though. You know, it just laws, man. Man, it just take that tongue ring out of your mouth, dude. What you got a tongue ring in? Take them contacts out. You know, why you got color contacts on? You know, they need to have a man-to-man talk. Men should not wear color contacts. Men shouldn't have a damn tongue ring in. You know, all of these things. Stop being scared of talking about it, right? But you're going to alienate these group of guys. So they need to hear this. You know, you shouldn't be wearing the female perfume. Yeah. So if you want to counsel me for saying it, counsel me then. You know, at least I spoke my truth. You know, at the end of the day, at this time, this team need to have some structures. They need to have some discipline. They need to have, hey, if coach said, we got to go with it this way. Yeah. All right, let's go with the 682. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com.
My man-in-law, what's going on?
Hey, man, all is well.
Man, I'm going to have to start sending you money. At first, I was getting off the wagon. Man, I'm back on the wagon.
Oh, my God.
Man, you've been speaking the truth. You've been speaking the truth lately.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
Hey, man, I cancel you. Oh, no, man. Speaking facts, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Somebody got to tell the truth about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I hit you up yesterday. I'm going to hit you up again, man. I read something last night, man. I got too ingrained into this. And Shannon Sharp, like I say, man, you learn a lot from these boys from Georgia. Shannon ain't far from me, man.
Yeah.
What he said is so true, man. He said ain't no leadership. I mean, it's facts. I mean, like I told you yesterday, when as a fan, man, you go out there and you watch your team playing, and then they ain't winning, but then they celebrating.
Yeah.
And you can celebrate. What the heck? It's like you said, it's the optics.
It's the optics.
And then, man, the optics, man, it make you feel like the jersey that you buy, the gear, all this that you buying for what? And then last night I read, man, where Stephen Jones says he don't have no problem with it. I'm like, it started from the top. I'm like, dang, look at this.
Yeah.
This cat don't have no problem with it.
No problem.
Because this is kind of the country that you breed.
Yeah.
What the heck? Like, come on, bro. Like you just said, man, hey. And when the other caller was saying about Bill Belichick might be too hard on him, man, you need a Ray Lewis type.
Yeah.
Somebody that's like, hey, get it in gear.
Mm-hmm.
You partying too much. Hey, God knows Michael Parsons is a talent.
Yeah.
But you know what? All of them, like Shannon Sharp, like all the rest of them that's up there that's doing podcasts right now.
Yeah.
Man, these boys that earned that, man. They didn't start doing that. They went through that fire.
Right.
They had to earn that. Man, come on. Cowboy Nation, let's rise up. Man, we got the talent. I know they can do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just come on, man. Hey, we got a star side our helmet. That mean for something.
Yeah. And you can't do what the Cleveland Browns do. You can't do what the Arizona Cardinals do. You got a certain responsibility that you got that's already ingrained because of the legacy and the history of this team, right? So you are already privileged to a degree that, hell, I never played a down of football in the National Football League, right, bro? And people asking me for my autograph, right? Because I'm representing the Cowboys and I try to give them the absolute truth wherever I go, right? So Great powers come great responsibilities. I don't know if there's a Cleveland Brown law, but they ain't feeling pull him up and say, hey, dog, can you sign this? Can you sign that? No. So that's just what I'm saying, that the Cowboys got to understand that things happen for a reason, and you got to be able to work that room. You got to understand what you say is going to pay heavier than any other team. Unfortunately,
man, you and Mark Holmes and the other dude over at Dak Attack, man, y'all like ambassadors, bro.
Appreciate it.
Y'all like, man, and man, when y'all are seen somewhere, man, it's just like, okay, these are the ambassadors for the Cowboys, man. These right here are the experts. Yeah. These right here are like our statesmen.
Right.
These right here are the representatives. And so, man, when y'all are saying stuff, man, it has that impact, that wild punch.
Yeah.
And man, when I look, man, why aren't our players embodying the same grit? Why aren't our players, like y'all are dedicated to the craft, why aren't our players exhibiting that same kind of desire? Man, y'all be online 24/7
over there. Yeah.
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing it.
Yeah.
And man, it just seems like it falls short.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question though. What you think about the wide receiver out of Arizona, T-Mac?
The tall one is like 6'9" almost. You talking about him? Yeah. That would be a guy that you bring in that you know for sure that Cooks may not come back. He's in his final year of his contract, and he got to re-up. So, and he's always been an issue with us. So you for sure, knowing that CeeDee Lamb will not miss out all of training camp for the 2025 season, and Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and that tall kid there, you have your true X receiver, right? He's a boundary receiver. He plays on the outside. You would have a better offensive attack, and then of course I guess you can implement Mingo and Ryan Floyd, so that would be your 4 wide receivers with your gadget guy out of Cavante Turpin. I would say let's roll with that. That means that you got this kid for 5 seasons, regardless of it, right? And you don't have to worry about wide receiver room. So that'd be good. Now you got one department out. Now you have to fix your running game, and you got to fix your offensive line.
Oh man, retread Zeke. No, let me stop that. Let me stop that.
This made, and shout out to Zeke, and shout out to Dad Zeke, and all of them, and Mama Zeke. But the thing is, this probably be his last season, right?
Yeah. Hey, I would say this, man. Zeke, man, he did some phenomenal work, some crazy work in his first season. I remember in that divisional game when he spun out of the tackle of linebacker. I want to say that was
rookie year. That's 2016.
Man, when he spun out that tackle, man, down by the goal line, I don't know how he did it. It was like he just disappeared on it. Man, Zeke was doing this thing. But man, like all things, man, some things must come to an end.
Yeah.
And I want to appreciate him to the highest level.
Yeah.
But I really feel like it's been moments where Dak has stepped out on his own. I remember it was a game when we were playing Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And Cooper, he was tired of running these little comebacks. He told Dak, he said, "Just air it out." He said, "I got you." And Dak didn't want to do it, but he started airing it out, and Cooper was catching him. We went overtime when we won. It's moments like that with I remember you said that Dak just need to go and say, "Buff it, man, I'm gonna do
it." Yeah, personality traits. That's if you want to take a knock at him, that's one of the things that, and then he got to play that role, unfortunately, here in Cowboys land, because everything is scrutinized. If he's yelling on the sideline, look at him yell. If he's not yelling on the sideline, look at him. It's always going to be that with the Cowboys, unfortunately. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. I'll just go, hey, I got paid. What you gonna do? You gonna fire me? Fire me. You know what I'm saying? But that's not his temperament, bro. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam. What's your name so I can lock you in?
Man, I'm Jay Smooth, man. I'll be calling all the time, man.
Okay.
Check on you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro. And have a good one.
Keep on doing your thing, Ambassador.
Yeah.
Keep on doing it.
All right. Ambassador of Law, man, from Jay. Appreciate you. All right, man. I done out-talk all of the minutes I have on this phone, man. I appreciate y'all that's been waiting here. Timothy, I see you in the chat. I see you in the phone queue, 404, and Big Amish in the 254. But I don't have the time to go further into this. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to the moon and back. If you haven't heard that today, you heard it from Law Nation. I love y'all. I love all of y'all that's watching this show. I appreciate y'all support. Even in the season of us not winning, and we only have a spoonful of folks watching, like 200 folks, and I got over 100,000 subscribers. That let me know that less than 1% are the people that's really rocking with Law, right? That's really working and jumping in live with us, even on their busy Saturday. I really appreciate that. That goes a long way, right? So with that being said, Cowboy Nation, I know that this type of news and long episodes are really not what most people want, right? But most people say, they hit me up and they I love the long ones, man. Can you give me some short ones too? Well, we'll check out our shorts, and they'll be there. And we are on multiple other platforms as well as TikTok. We on the X app, which is formerly Twitter. We on the Blue Sky app. Check us out there. We growing there. Also on the Instagram and Facebook. Shout out to and the Kick app. Appreciate you, man. So what we gonna do is circle back to what we opened up with, and just for rehashing capabilities here, let's listen to it one more time.
That's why y'all Cowboys suck.
Mm-hmm.
Because two of your best players, this is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That shows you how much the game of football means to them. That's what told me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I got to do, I see better than I hear.
Uh-huh.
Now, I heard what CD said. Trayvon doesn't do a whole lot of talking. I hear what Michael said. But my grandpa used to always tell my brother now, he said, I see better than I hear.
Yep.
I heard what I heard what y'all told me, but I know I see that trash still in the corner when I told y'all to take it out. Everybody talks about winning, but do you take the steps in order to win?
Yeah.
How is partying? You got your ass kicked. I would have left the stadium with a bag over my head. Ain't no way y'all seeing me leave the stadium. After I got beat like that, after I've gotten beat like that every game, 47-9, 37-10, 48-32, a yada and a partridge in a pear tree, and you do this?
What he's speaking on once again is optics, man. If we winning, they kicking it, and people saying, look, the Cowboys are winning on the field and off the field. They have enough chances to whoop ass and then jump into a music video. But by us losing, not just by losing by 1 or 2 points, we getting blown out, baby. So that's what he's speaking on. And I got a few super chats that I got to get to as well. So we're going to get to them before we depart. But let's listen to more of him.
Is disrespectful. It is disrespectful to the fans that pay their hard-earned money. But you know what? It couldn't happen to a better franchise because all they want to do is run his mouth and talk about what they're going to do. And this team, I've been around Super Bowl teams and this and that. And all they players do, because they take it from the top, they run their mouth. And they ain't one dog crap. None of them.
No, dog shit. You can say
not
it.
one.
It's okay.
And they talk about they know what it takes. You don't know what it takes to win because none of you guys have won. It is disgusting. It's disappointing that these two of your best players, this is what they think. See, it just goes to show you. See, everybody tells you what they think you want to hear.
Yeah.
But I see what I need to know. And it tells me.
That boy said, I see what I need to know. Oh my God, that's deep. That old Southern Shannon Sharp,
All I ask.
He said, I see what I need to know. But before we get anything else going from right here, bear with me right quickly. I want to say shout out to Java. He states here with a $10 support line, super chat. Those Cowboys teams with Garrett had no defense. Why do you all keep insisting that they could have won anything? They couldn't stop a nosebleed. Bend but don't break is a dumb philosophy, and that is with Java. Yeah, I agree. You know, we've been chasing Java, and I appreciate you for your super chat. Pardon me for the delay on that super chat. But here's one of the things that I want to say ultimately. We've been chasing defense since we let Wade Phillips go. That's the problem. You know, we don't have things that match. Now, granted, in 2022, 2023, we can arguably say that our defense were right there, top 10 ranking, and then last year's top 5, you know. But we've been chasing defense since we let Wade Phillips go, right? So, yeah, and even with the Jason Garrett situation, the expectation still remains the same. Jason Garrett and him and I, we can both apply for head coaching jobs, and none of us will get head coaching jobs. But the expectations, ladies and gentlemen, always will be Super Bowl. It always will be that. It is always Super Bowl or bust. We can go to the Chan Gailey administrations, Dave Campo. It will still be Super Bowl. It don't matter. They can hire me as the head coach. They're going to be like, hey, the Cowboys, look, shame on them for not winning games. They done hired a guy who never played in the National Football League, right? Oh, my God. Who's that guy with the beard? We can't find a win. But the expectation will still be Super Bowl. Jamie with the $5 super chat, man, I appreciate you. There won't be any coach coming in here and holding these guys accountable because they are Jerry Jones hand-picked guys. And that's the players, and the players know it. Appreciate you for your $5 support, bro. You're right on the money, man. And then Josh, he's put a super chat in and states that Jerry always been all in his cheerleaders. Yeah, you ain't lying. Let's go.
Everything I need to know. You can't convince me these guys care about winning because this is not what you do when you want to win. So what's in the club that's going to help you get better? Take your ass home and start the recovery process. This is why I couldn't play in today's time. Because guys, I don't care what they say, guys, a lot, don't care about winning. They like the bag. Yeah. They like what comes along with being an NFL player. You're going to get the baddest women. You're going to get to go to the clubs. You get to move to the front of the line. You get to go all these places. But everything, our brand, my brand, the Cowboys is the brand. Ain't one player on that team got a damn brand because you ain't won nothing, because you don't care about winning. You ain't got no leadership. That's your number one problem. Who's the leader? I'll wait for you to tell me.
Long.
Who's the leader?
Long is. I'm the leader.
Is it Micah? Is it Diggs? Is it CD? Who is the leader of that team, Ocho?
Quarterback.
You lying to me.
Jerry's the leader.
Ain't no way. That's what you get. They ain't got no leaders, Ocho. That is the problem that the Cowboys have. They're devoid of leaders. They're devoid of leadership from top to bottom. The owner isn't a leader. He thinks because he's worth $16 billion. He thinks because he has a TV show. He's the only owner, the only GM that really has a TV show. He thinks that makes him a leader. Little does he know they don't pay him no attention. Mike McCarthy is not a leader because they know he's been emasculated from the day he arrived. He has all he is a coach entitled.
Let him cook. They ask, take me to your leader. They ask, what are the results the Cowboys wanting? You know, I say this over and over again. If you're trying to seek to bake an apple pie, You won't be where the carrots are. You won't be where the tomatoes are at. You won't say, well, let me infuse this apple pie with mustard and mayonnaise. No. You go get the ingredients for the apple pie. The Cowboys want to win the Super Bowl. They want to win multitudes of playoff games. How come they can't bring us the ingredients to do such? But I can tell you that Super Bowl that the Cowboys won, where it was shoulder to shoulder, elbows to elbows, knees to knees, was Mike Tyson versus the Paul brother, or Logan, not Wolverine. That's the ingredients that this team have from an ownership and leadership. They had so many people in there, it was jammed like sardines in a can. That's the energy of this team. We are at the mercy of a dictator that don't know how to win, but know how to put on entertainment. We are at the mercy of Jerry and Son that don't know how to add 2 + 2. They think it's 19 or something because they don't know the ingredients to ultimately win. My guy Ice Cold said fresh ingredients wanted. And that is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have the ability to use fresh ingredients as well. Because even if they think about the philosophy and the principles that they used in the 90s, they're taking those old ingredients and they're trying to put it in a new thing that we call the NFL to this day. And they're thinking that how they're cooking will work. But I guarantee you, if you had the kinds of caliber of coaching like a Jimmy Johnson, yes, they'll be able to bring forth the right proper plan of the ingredients here. They'll be able to help this team out tremendously. You got to have somebody that's a master chef. You can't have a first-time cook in there. Yeah, you can't have a first-time person to think that you can put mayonnaise, ranch dressing on the apple pie, right? You can't have that here. But the expectations, ladies and gentlemen, still the Dallas Cowboys, day in and day out, their expectations to win the Super Bowl. The expectation is to see us on primetime slots. The expectation is even on this glorious holiday that's right around the corner for Thanksgiving, is to give us that entertainment, performances that don't even identify with who we are, but they're going to deliver those things and make us watch it and make us eat it and say, them raisins good, huh? On the potato salad. And we got to eat these same old ingredients. We do. In closing, on this glorious day, and we always talk about these things, if there's one thing a man should always do is mainly to himself stay true. Never allow someone to change your point of view unless what they bring makes sense to you. Never judge a man by sight alone, nor by the height he has grown. And when speaking, keep it at a moderate tone, because those raised voices only turn those hearts into stone. You see, in the beginning, it was brother our robber, brother rover, brother the morals of life, live, love, and respect for another. Then there are those who will try to be smart. They would take the decent man to alter his heart, to seek to rip him apart. Those mans, you should never call a friend because they bend their lies around the truth to meet their end. See, people fail to realize the respect of the game is holding your tongue and not speaking out of turn. There's a reason why you have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. The respect of the game is to observe discretion, discreet. Don't have to put out and tell everybody what your next moves is, or show people what you are doing, because the interpretations will always be mixed. You know, hear me out. There was a great man. That was walking with another few good people. 12 of them, by the way. And somebody from afar had a lot of riches, a lot of wealth, a lot of lady friends too. And he saw all of the attraction, and he saw all of the attention. So he runs down to that great man. It's in a good book or a great book. And he said, hey, I want to do what you do. I want to be a part of your crew. And he looked him in his eyes and said, stop all that you're doing. Give all of your riches and your fortune away and follow me. I'm the leader. And I'll show you the way. He like, oh man, I can't have the Sweezes no more. I can't have the Lambos no more. You mean to tell me I can't trick off with the money no more? Nah, man. I still got to do other things. You see, people will see greatness. They will see the results that you get. But when it's time to put in the work, when it's time to put in the sacrifice, the grind to do it, nah, man. I got to stop clubbing. I got to stop talking. No, I can't do that. Nah. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep with all of your desires of it, makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired. And it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset. Come on, somebody ain't gonna like me today. You will get it. You will understand it. You will learn from it and say, hey, I got to make the sacrifices. I'm the leader of this team. My reputation can't be that I'm with Diddy. My reputation can't be that I'm with R. Kelly. Yeah, my reputation, I can't be bumping to the windows, to the wall, to the sweat, because my team just got blown out by 30 points almost. I got to make the sacrifice. I got to counsel you right now. I know I got obligations to talk about this and that, but I got to make the sacrifice for the greater of the good, for the greater of the team. I got to be the voice of the voiceless over here, because there's an opportunity that this guy on this team don't have my skill sets. And if I don't have him in my corner, what kind of corner do I have when it's just about me? Huh? Sure. Sometimes You got to step out of the light so that others can shine. When you are not, or the team is not doing its part. So yes, Shannon Sharp is right. Yes, timing, optics are in the way. And yes, the youth and those who never witnessed it would disagree. Because we live in a society now that it's okay to not hurt people's feelings. It's okay to tell that guy, if he wanted to be a peacock, put feathers and paint his fingernails pink, orange, and yellow, let him do it. We live in a society now, if two want to lay in the bed and they got the same parts, yes, let them lay. We live in a society now that these are the things that's okay. You don't have to open the door up for an elderly. If you see that lady and you're trying to get into the door, let her open her own door. We live in that society, chivalry. Because even if you try to help the lady and you hold the door, look at him, he's thirsty. Look at him, he's nice to the older crowd. What are you trying to do, get kudos and credence? No. We live in the society now that everything is watered down to its max. You get a trophy, James. Sean, you get a trophy. Angie, you get a trophy. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody wants the results, but nobody wants to be the leader. Nobody wants to give them the word, no, I can't. My obligation is to win at all costs, and I'm pissed off that we're not doing it. Yeah. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Give me my theme music.
Come on. Come on. Eating pancakes, baby. That's okay. Everything is okay. We can do anything we want to do. Yeah, and I ain't judging no one. Come on with it. And roll those credits. Come on with it. One call, that's all. Y'all know who to call. Appreciate you.
Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Shout out to you, JD from DC. Appreciate you. Come on with it.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now.
The optics is what that.
Yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides. Now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
I'm just as bad as anyone. Come on with it, baby. My boy said, great benediction. You preached the word today, brother. I'm just talking. Just talking.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really
come on with it. Break out the champagne bottles in the Hennessy, huh? No. Come on with it.
Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many phones and clothes. Yeah, I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I be really in the field. I wish I let it feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make it big. We'll have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Original, they never would be. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up.
And remember, you're listening to sounds of soft souls
Lately I just wanna run
and
it up.
hits in oldies, brought to you by
Lately, I just wanna run.
Law Nation Sports. Come on with it. Until next time, DC for life. If we offended anyone, man, charge it to my beard, not my heart, or tacos. What happened to that taco guy? He ain't been in here lately, but I appreciate y'all, man. Come on with it. One love, man. And look, I'm just speaking my thoughts. None of these things are relevant to the Dallas Cowboys, believe it or not. That's just my thoughts. Enjoy y'all weekend. Go grab some sunlight and some fun. Drink one for me, toast one for me, smoke one, roll one for me, and read something for me. Come on. It hit you all along. Come on with it. Shout out to your RK TV. Rossi, appreciate you. Don't let the street lights hit you. Shout out to Underdogs, man. Be sure, and I mean just that, download Underdogs. Use promo code LAW. Shout out to you, NJ. Player 2. And remember, C-Lows. Ice Cold Cowboy. And another one. Appreciate those who travel far and near. Come check out our content. Shout out to your army is winning today. Come on with it. All at one. What we tell them, baby? Don't let the street lights. You must be out your goddamn mind. If you didn't hit that like and share this content, you know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let shout out to Law Nisha and Neil. Player 2.
All right. And when you lay your head on that pillow,
Rail 2. All right. Come on with it.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far. So far. If a paper crane can fly,
come on with it.
Then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.